Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to all who has come across my channel. Currently watching my first video. The channel is called Founders for Books and Chatter. I will be talking about a particular book that I recently read. I read the book I completed reading the book almost like a 1 week ago. However, it took me so long to actually put this video together so that I could actually share with you all about books. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I wanted to let you know that I would be talking about one particular book for each video. I'll try my very best to maintain that all the way. So without further ado, the book that I'm actually going to talk about today is, let me bring it in. Ta-da! It is this. So as you can see from the video itself, you can see from Donna Kauffman, the title Bluestone Vine. This is not a brand new book. It was published in 2018. I'll talk more later. I just wanted to show you guys this is the book that I've recently read. I actually posted about this book in my Instagram, the same handle as well. I've left it in the description below so that you can actually see it. Just to let everybody know that this book is something that I borrowed from the library, so that's why I have actually taped it here. So, how I actually got to this book is that I was in the library. I was just looking through the books, and I happened to be wearing the same color as this in the background, which was almost a sunset color, which is a mix of a yellow and an orange. Thus, I pulled out this book, turned it over, saw the summary, briefed through it, and I thought, why not? It's going to be a romance type of book, which is something that I like. So I said, why not take it? I have not read Donna Kauffman's books before. I have not heard of the author as well. I said, just go for it and then read it. And I actually borrowed this book. And it took me about almost 10 or 11 days to actually read the book, which is about 312 pages. So let me just quickly show you guys. Yeah, you can see it's about 312 pages. It is a wonderful book. I would recommend this to all who wants to read a very light-hearted romance kind of a book. So just a few things. I would say one of the reasons why I actually like this book is that the first few chapters of this book, written by Donna, is that it actually sets the ambience for everyone who's reading it. That's what I would say. Yes, it kind of like sets it. The author, Donna Kauffman, has taken the effort to actually describe each character in detail to build the whole. I would say that she had taken her time and effort to shape her vision of the story so that it would be able to pass it to the reader and build that imagination. If you can understand what I'm saying, in a sense that she actually went in detail to build the whole vision of imagination for the reader. I would say that for my own personal preference, the plot is slower in the first half, but once it hits the second half, which is almost halfway through, somewhere I think around here, I think, yeah, I would believe away halfway through, if you see this part here, right? It's like halfway through, it just picks up the space relatively well. It's like it gets straight to the point. The whole plot is like unfailing, like poof, just like that. So it was a good read. So as I mentioned, during the first half, I do have to admit that I took multiple breaks in reading the book. But as I mentioned, once you hit the second half, it kind of like getting hard to put the book down because the plot is like unwrapping itself, quite a relatively good pace. That's how I would put it. Yes, I would not like to give any spoilers for this video for those who are actually watching it and would like to read the plot on themselves. I would not like to give that any spoilers because it is the journey of discovering the plot, which I would not like to snatch it away from you guys, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So yes, now looking at the summary, I'm just going to put it here this way so that whoever wants to pause the video to read the summary, they can read it. You can pause it, or I'm going to read it in a few seconds. All right, so here is it. I'm going to read it. Seeking answers, Pippa leaves Ireland in favor of a small town in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Turns out lovely Blue Hollow Falls is the perfect place to heal. And solitary Seth Brogan is the surprisingly perfect host. After all, Seth is beginning again too. Turning his renovated stone barn and beautiful hillside into a vineyard is the start of a whole new life for the former Special Forces soldier. Only Mother Nature keeps thwarting both their plans, leaving Pippa snowbound with unsettling thoughts about how life can take unexpected turns. To Pippa's surprise, she might actually fall for small town living. She might even fall for Seth, whose quiet strength is a balm for her woe-weary soul. But when the music stops once more, will she follow her fortune back to Ireland or surrender to the call of her heart? So as you can see, it's definitely a romantic book. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Now, a bit about the plot from you read the summary. Definitely, both the main leads like each other, but that they are hesitant due to certain barriers they have to overcome. What the barriers are or what the exact problems, I would not tell because that's for the readers to discover. The main thing is that we are talking about the book, but I'm not going to give any plot or any kind of like a hint on the plot besides what's written in the summary. I strongly believe that discovery or finding out about the whole story is a journey that is special for the reader, which I have no intention of snatching it away. Go and discover it for you guys. It's really like a very good read. Since I'm not going to spill any beans on the plot, I'm going to say what I like about the book. So one, as I have already mentioned, the first few chapters are written in a way that it sets the ambience, so which means that it's very well defined and it's so in detail that you are actually in the book. You are in there, you know each and every character. They are so familiar with you. So that is one of the reasons why I like this book. While I'm actually talking about this book, I'm actually going to keep turning the pages so that you can have a look at a few of those what's written in. I mean, the first 2 chapters is already online. You can Google it. And also the audiobook is already in YouTube as well. I'm not sure how many chapters it is, but I remember seeing a video that has the audiobook on it. Yeah. Go. Okay. So while I'm going to talk about why I like the book, I'll slowly turn the pages. So one of the reason, as I mentioned, why I like it is that since it's well defined and it's a very slow and steady kind of a book. The first reason is that it's one, the characters are very well done. You're kind of like living in the book, or you are very familiar with the characters. Yeah, I would say that way. So the whole point is that you feel like you know all the characters. That's the first point. Second point is that this book is, okay, there's a background story. For the second point is the background story. It is that when I borrowed this book, as I mentioned, I do not know about the author. I did not know anything about the book except for that I read the summary and I was wearing something similar to the background of the cover, and I borrowed it. Upon halfway reading the book, I realized that, okay, this book, it might be in a series. So I looked at the front cover and realized, yeah, it is a series. How silly of me for not figuring it out way earlier. Yeah, that is what happened. So my second point on why I like this book is that even though this book is in a series, you don't have to read it, or you're not in a compulsion of reading it like part 1, part 2, or all the parts in a sequential order in order to understand the book. You don't have to. That is the plus point. So I actually read this book, and there's already a previous book, and I think there are books after this. I don't think so. I need to know the background story in order to know this. Yes, the characters are like merged over in the parts. However, in this, it's like you still can understand the story, or you can get the plot well enough. So that's one of the reasons. The third reason that I really kind of like the book is that the way it is written, it makes you step out of a bustling city life and enjoy the moment living in a vineyard or in a barn, or the kind of like a mountain lifestyle. It gives you a very slow, comforting style that it makes you want to be like, either go there, or gives you the vibe of living in there while reading this book. So yeah, I'm not sure whether this book has this intention, because I know that this is a fiction. It's a romance genre. It has elements of music, vineyard, and all that. I mean, it does. However, I'm not sure whether the intention of this book was to actually promote vacation, even though I know the character Pipa, she had gone for a vacation in search of something, and I'm not sure whether that was what the intention of the author, to actually promote vacation for even for the reader, like leave all and just go out in the world and explore, and you never know what you're gonna get. So yeah, so that was what I felt while reading this book, in a sense that it kind of like want me to drop down all the bags and everything and just go and enjoy a vacation. So beware, you might actually drop everything and go for a vacation, thinking of going for a vacation while reading this book. So beware. One of the things is that while reading this book, as I mentioned about the vacation vibes, it got me to thinking, when was the last time I actually took a vacation? The plot actually pulls you to make you think. It was, I don't know if that was what this book was promoting. Besides it being a fiction, romance genre, it is in a series and everything, it indirectly promotes vacation vibes as well. Yeah, so speaking of promotion, I do have to admit, this is out of topic by the way, that while reading this book, for some reason, for some crazy reason, I was actually craving for a salted cheese tart. Yes, surprisingly, I was really craving for it. Thus, I actually ate a lot of salted cheese tarts while reading this book. So I'm just going to show you guys. That is here. Let me just adjust it properly. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. I ate a lot of this while reading the book. It's quite, to me, I really like it. I do not know why I was craving for it. So yeah, it is in here. I hope that YouTube has a version where you can actually smell what I'm smelling right now. This is heavenly. And so totally good. Okay, that was very sidetracked. I really loved that cheese start. In total, if you ask me to summarize this whole book, it's actually a very comforting read, like slow and steady. Definitely not a roller coaster ride on emotions. I know some books are out there literally makes you cry out, laugh out, curse out if some people are into it. Yes, but this book is not. It's a very relaxing read, something that you want to like wind down for that day. This is a very good book for that. In the end, if you ask me, how would you define this book? As I mentioned, it's if you want a book to calm down and not an emotional ride, this is the one. Now, I would like to talk about the author a bit. I was actually debating myself whether do I want to talk about the author. In the end, I want to do it because I would love to honor her. When I borrowed this book, once that was done, I was reading throughout, and for the sake of doing this video, I was just Googling a few informations about it. That's when I found out about Donna Kauffman. The book was first published in 2018 by Kensington Publishing. And in 2020, unfortunately, Donna Kauffman left us. God bless her soul. 2 years after the book was first published. I would like to say that though she's no longer in the world, she has left us a piece of her, her creation, her legacy, for us to read and still think about her. Donna Kauffman has crafted, besides this book, some other books as well, such as Cupcake Club, Blue Hollow Falls, Bachelor of Blueberry Cove, Brides of the Blueberry Cove. She has left for us to still enjoy her art, even though she's not around, which is something that I really thank Donna for, and also thank Donna for her contribution. On a side note, made me think is that she is no longer here, yet we are still talking about her, enjoying her craft, her creation, and she left a legacy behind so that we can enjoy it, and she's still being remembered. So that's something, a beautiful life that she has lived, and I just want to say thank you, Donna. And I'm glad that I decided to do a YouTube video on the books that I read. The first video is actually a book by Donna Kauffman. Even though this is not the normal type of pace that I normally read the books, or the typical romantic type of books that I go, I'm glad that I picked up this book and read it. All right, we are almost reading chapter 3. Chapter 3 is no longer up for opens. It's only up till chapter 2. If you guys want to read beyond this, you have to purchase the book or get the book in whichever means is possible. It could be borrowed, purchased. One of the reasons why I like to always get a physical book is because of this. Can you hear the sound? Yeah, that's one of the favorite sounds. It's like reading, turning of the pages. Yep. That's why I always like to get a physical book and read it. I know the electronic devices out there can also give you the page turning sound. However, nothing, to me, my personal perspective, nothing feels as nice as holding it in your hand and reading it. Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time to watch this full video. If you think that this video is good or you'd like to see more of this video, feel free to consider to subscribe if you feel that this video is a good content and you'd like to encourage me a bit. Yeah, so feel free to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and also write a comment. I'll love to read the comments. I'm actually waiting to read the first ever comment. And yes, oh, just in time, the candle's off. All right, thank you so much. God bless all of you. All right, I'll end the video.